Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thaawarchand Gehlot ji, Honorable Director-General of CSIR and Secretary DSIR, Dr. Kalaiselvi, Honorable Professor Practice of St. Joseph's University and Head of Innovation, Strategy and Government Affairs, Royal Society of Chemistry, South Asia, Dr. Sweta Raghavan, Managing Director of Royal Society of Chemistry, South Asia, Mr. Ajit, Honorable Pro Vice-Chancellors, Dr. Hon'ble and Dr. Regina Matthias, Honorable Registrar, Dr. Melvin Colasso, Honorable Controller of Examinations, Dr. Mohan Das, Deans, Heads of the Department, Postgraduate Coordinators, esteemed members of the faculty, revered guests, media personalities, aspiring students, and illustrious participants. As we convene on this auspicious occasion of the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, our spirits are buoyed not just by the celebration of achievements, but by the collective aspiration for a future where science knows no gender, only brilliance and determination. A hearty welcome to every one of you to this felicitation ceremony. St. Joseph's University is honored to welcome for the second time on our campus the Honorable 13th Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thaawarchand Gehlot ji. St. Joseph's विश्वविद्यालय को आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है. In the esteemed presence of all our Honorable Governor, a visionary whose recent initiatives have led to the establishment of the state's first all-women technology park, we are reminded of the strides we are making towards an inclusive future. His dedication to creating platforms where women scientists and entrepreneurs can thrive is not just inspiring, it is transformative. The world needs science, and science needs women. Our nation is famed for its rich and early contribution to the fields of science, mathematics, and medicine. And one cannot credit Indian scientists without appreciating the contribution of women whose lives are role models for all girls and women aspiring to make a mark in the field of science and technology. India has consistently produced such exemplary women, from Anandibai Gopal Rao Joshi to E.K. Janaki Ammal, from Asima Chatterjee to Kamala Sohoni, from Kalpana Chawla to Dr. N Kalaiselvi. The Director-General of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, New Delhi, and Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, New Delhi. Dr. N Kalaiselvi is the first woman Director General in the 80-year-old history of CSIR. A truly remarkable feat, also considering that there haven't been many women leaders heading such reputed councils. Idayapur Maga, Ungalai, Nangal, Varavet, Kindro. Today, we are immensely honored to host a beacon of scientific leadership and innovation, Dr. Kalaiselvi, whose groundbreaking work in renewable energy solutions has recently powered a remote village in India entirely on sustainable sources, exemplifies the incredible impact of women in science. Her journey from a curious child tinkering with household gadgets to leading one of the world's most prestigious scientific organizations is a testament to the power of dreams, fueled by relentless pursuit and unwavering courage. As much as we are proud that Dr. Kalaiselvi is the first woman Director General of CSIR, I am hoping and I am sure that I echo the sentiments of everyone here, that there will come a time when women no longer have to refer to themselves as the only woman in this field, the only woman scientist in this discipline, the only woman director, and so on. The presence of women in science, women in leadership, and in every possible sphere has to be normalized. and Dr. N Kalaiselvi is sure to inspire many towards this dream. Thank you, madam, for persevering and for not quitting. In fact, you told us your father was inspiration to you and support, strong support. When you called, when you could have, and when people told you that you should have quit, otherwise the nation would not have witnessed your accomplishments and we would not have had the honor to celebrate you today here. Let me share a recent anecdote that beautifully encapsulates the essence of today's celebration. Just last month, a young girl from a small town in Karnataka made headlines when she devised a low-cost water purification system using locally sourced materials. Her innovation, inspired by a science project, has the potential to provide clean drinking water to her entire community. This incident is a powerful reminder that the spirit of scientific inquiry and the desire to make a difference knows no age or gender. As we proceed to felicitate Dr. Kalaiselvi, let us also celebrate the unsung heroines of science, the young girls, the educators, the mothers and daughters, who in their own ways are laying the foundation for a more inclusive and equitable scientific community. No industry or country can reach its full potential until our women and girls reach their full potential, especially in a country such as ours, where conditions have not always been very favorable for girls and women. But the tides are turning. Indian women are leading breakthrough research, and I welcome these signs. And St. Joseph's University is passionate about developing the next generation of young scientists as foundations of the future. As the Honorable Governor felicitates Dr. N Kalaiselvi, our encouragement to all girls and women here dreaming of entering science and to future female researchers is: believe in yourself, expect challenges and roadblocks, and don't give up. Aim high, work hard, leverage your network, help each other, and find allies and mentors. Each and every one of you has the power to make a change in the world. Today, I'm extremely happy to share with you the good news from the government of Karnataka that 3 of our associate professors have been promoted to the cadre of professors. They are Professor Ronald Mascarenhas from 2009, Dr. Jayaram Reddy from 2013, and Dr. Melvin Calasso, our registrar, from 2018. Hearty congratulations to all of you. Today, let us pledge not only to break down the barriers that hold women back in science, but to build bridges that will lead them to new frontiers of discovery and innovation. Let us draw inspiration from the Honorable Governor Gehlot's vision, Dr. Kalaiselvi's resilience, and the countless stories of women and girls who dare to dream big. Today, let us forge a path laden with opportunities for every aspiring scientist, making the journey of discovery one of inclusivity, innovation, and inspiration. Thank you very much, and let the celebration of science and spirit begin. A hearty welcome to all of you. May God bless St. Joseph's University. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka Mate.
Good afternoon, everyone. Karnataka के आदरणीय राज्यपाल जी, Shri Thaawarchand Gehlot ji, Maryade Kuriya Dr. Kalaiselvi Avargade, the DG of CSIR, beloved Reverend Father Dr. Victor Lobo, the leadership on the dais from St. Joseph's University and the Royal Society of Chemistry, friends from the press, my young friends, faculty, and anybody from the non-university who's found their way into this hall, a very warm welcome. I would like to place on record my gratitude to each one of you for gracing this momentous occasion. Let me start by quoting Professor Audre. So, Professor Audre Lorde is an activist in America, and she says, and I quote, "I am not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own." Women have certainly today reached a seat at the table, but that is nowhere near enough. We need to shake up the entire boardroom and rearrange the chairs so that everybody fits in comfortably. To achieve this feat requires great introspection, humility, and the willingness to change. It requires us to examine how we've been socially conditioned to view gender roles and question whether those beliefs align with the values of this great nation, which is equality and justice. It requires us to recognize that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in uplifting them and standing alongside them as equals. We need to understand that equality is not a cake where more for her means less for him. It means everybody gets a fair slice, and if it's not enough, just bake a bigger cake. Our distinguished guest today, Dr. Kalaiselvi, is one such leader who's not just built, but baked this cake so large that she stretched beyond herself to not just leveling the playground, but she's torn down the entire stadium and is rebuilding it on the foundations of justice and fairness. She is indeed a scientific superstar. She dreams in equations and wakes up with Nobel Prizes on her bedside table. Ma'am, I hope you can share the secret with us someday. The symphony of her scientific contributions, particularly in the field of lithium-ion batteries, are so great that it would make Mozart blush. Starting off as the first and only child at her time to progress into higher education from a small town called Ambasamudram in Tamil Nadu, today she has made history by becoming the first woman Director-General of CSIR in its 82nd year history. So get ready, my dear friends, to be electrified by her insights, energized by her breakthrough thoughts, and charged by her magnetic personality.
The Honorable Governor in celebrating the first woman to hold this esteemed position in the Government of India.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant evening to each and every one of you. Most respected and Honorable Governor of Karnataka, the great institution St. Joseph's University, I would call it as St. Joseph's family, who is decorating this audience, starting from the stage as well as participants from here, and my close to heart RSC family, and I would say my extended family that contains all the well-wishers of India's development and progress in the coming days. In short, I would say my India family. Namaskar and Vanakkam to each and every one of you again. I'm extremely happy and delighted to be a part of today's event, historically important St. Joseph's University campus. Normally, I from CSIR family, we used to proudly say that CSIR got established in the year 1942. Therefore, we proudly say we are 5 years senior to independent India. But now, after listening to Father, I realized this university has been handed over to India in the year 1937. Therefore, you are 10 years senior to India's independence and 5 years senior to CSIR. And therefore, I think with folded hands again, a big salute to the great institution. Friends, we are all here to only celebrate science. Please don't think that it is a great felicitation for Kalaiselvi. Kalaiselvi has not come from heaven directly. Just like each and every one of you, I was also sitting in this auditorium like the way you are all sitting. With a kind of a raised eyebrow, I was also looking at all the people, those who were decorating the dais once upon a time. And days were there, I wanted to go near them, touch, feel, talk to them. Will they look at me? All those curiosities I also had. And therefore, it is no wonder that from this audience, definitely any kind of leadership will come to India. And definitely I find the potential is greater in St. Joseph's family. Why? Because you have a great legacy. And you have the great gurus, guides and mentors in place. And now you are joining hands with the right choice of people. What else is required? Friends, you and me are extremely fortunate today, I will say, because we are living in the very, very important period of country's progress and development. Once upon a time, people were really fighting for freedom. We need not worry about it. You have freedom to think, freedom to talk, freedom to question, freedom to write, freedom to argue, freedom to discuss, freedom to take decisions and whatnot. Freedom to do whatever you want to do. Then later on in the country, people really wanted food for all. That became a great revolution after some time. Now India is no longer a food deficit country. Now we have more than enough food, and therefore India's science and technology has grown to the extent. I do not know how many of you have watched one very interesting video which talks about 21st century farmer. I will share the video with Dr. Sweta, and I just make it as an appeal to Sweta. Please get it shared with everyone. It is a 21st century farmer. Farmer means normally we just have some kind of a thought process that farmer will be coming in one particular attire, with one kind of an expectation and with one kind of a way of thinking and a work style. But 21st century farmer, he or she is totally different. 21st century farmer appears in that video. It is not a depicted video. It is not a choreographed video. It is the video, actual video, ground state reality video. And the 21st century farmer today, he appears with a kind of a coat suit and a tie. And he talks about science. He talks about food science. He talks about agricultural science. And he knows who should be asked and how to do and what not to do. And where and all he can get all the data. Therefore, days are not so far off. India is going to rock the entire globe through its science and technology, starting from farming sector. We should not forget the fact, because India, the identity of the country is nothing but we have our strong base in farming. Similarly, we have our strong base in our culture and tradition also. Of course, you and I are here to celebrate that, and we have to translate it, transform it, and conduct it to the coming generations also. So friends, we are today talking about science, and 28th February is the National Science Day. You and I, when we cross or when we travel, maybe across the sea, at least I have never thought why sea is appearing in blue color. I never thought. Meaning is, I was not there to think about all these things. I was not having that kind of a thought process, but it was Sir C.V. Raman who thought about why it is looking like, why it is appearing with a blue color, and this is where he found that Raman effect. It is there, and the scattering could be done by particles of, don't worry about art students, please don't think that I'll teach science. So he made all of us to understand that whether it is a solid or a liquid or a gas, the molecules have the capability of scattering. So whether it is an art student or a science student or a commerce student or a law student or a medical student or an engineering student, I would say science is common, science is universal. I go with your father's golden words. Father was magnanimously telling that globe requires science and science requires women. Thank you so very much for making such a beautiful comment, because now world started realizing that women with the multitasking ability can handle science in a better manner, in a much better manner, and in the way it is to be handled. And that is why women in science is getting celebrated today in front of you, maybe after 80 years, but days are not so far off. The stage is going to be filled by women leaders. People are not now thinking about only the downtrodden women for their upliftment. No, those days are gone. That is not a fashion statement now. Now it is a women-led program, and now we are going even one step above, because Dr. Sweta has asked me to talk about inclusive nature, inclusivity in academia. Friends, as I already told you, we are living in a very, very important period where country is passing through Amrit Kaal. 1947 we got independence. Even after 77 years, even now the ground state reality is little painful, little painful. Though the graph is going up, painful events are still there. Therefore, if at all you want to come out of all the pain points, that could be made possible only by one tool, which is science, technology, and innovation. Friends, now India has grown to the extent that we are the 5th largest economy. And I was just talking to Dr. Ajit, and he was also just coinciding and echoing my thought that within another 2 years or 3 years or 5 days, we will be just moving from 5th place to the 3rd place. But what should be our target? Target should be the 1st place. So when we are going to be the first and the first leading country in the global arena, I think that should be the thought process on the Science Day of 2024. Friends, whether you believe it or not, I believe it or not, whether we accept it or not, we trust it or not, globe started believing that India is going to lead the global science, technology and innovation, for which information technology, computer science and technology, space-related technologies, all these success stories are making the entire globe to believe that India is going to be the unshakable power in the coming days as far as the global science, technology and innovation is concerned. When you talk about inclusivity, already people talked about, and I am also standing here now, there is no gender parity. But apart from that, I do not know how many of you are aware of the fact that the government of India is taking how much care in getting one particular point ensured of, which is nothing but inclusivity. You take any announcement of the government of India, you take any schemes getting announced by the government of India, inclusivity is there. One best example I will tell you, recently we got the budget announced by the finance minister, Madam Nirmala. I do not know how many of you have really gone through that. My young friends, please read very important things. I would say you should read what is Viksit Bharat 2047. You should read what is Amrit Kal, and you should read the budget statement also. Please don't think that budget statement is something related to people, those who are getting salary, and for them also, whether I will get any kind of a rebate or some kind of an upper ceiling. It is not that about budget. No. It is not at all there. Please read, wherein it is clearly given. There are 4 important points. They say that these are the 4 important focus areas in the budget. I do not know what is the thought process with which the budget was designed in such a manner, but from my perspective, I'm just thinking that way. They have taken into account the past, meaning is in the past farmers were very great, and I would say now farming is getting reduced, and therefore we have to really give more focus to farmers. Annadata. Annadata is one of the 4 important areas that they have given. Second one is they are taking into consideration the current scenario. Even today, many people are really suffering from, I would say, not food for all, some other privileges, and I would say garibs. I will simply put it as garibs. And these poor people, they have to be really ensured of all the essential and the fundamental and the basic requirements of their life, and therefore, garib ke liye what and all we can do, that becomes the second important area. And you know what is the third one? Third is future, because past is over, current is over, future. What is India's future? You are the future. You are the future of India, therefore you are youth. So youth is the third important area that has been given consideration. I do not know how many of you are aware, for youth and yuva, 50 years free of interest financial support is included in this year's budget. How many of you have read it? Please read. Country is really encouraging you, 50 years free of cost financial support to youngsters, because country strongly believes that future of India is nothing but future of only the youngsters, those who are just decorating this audience. Now what is the fourth one? Past, present, future is over. always there will be an all-time relevant factor, which is nothing but Nari Shakti, Mahila. So that is a fourth point wherein they have given importance, and therefore, whether it is farmers, or Garib, or Yuva, or Mahila, these are the four important sectors. Therefore, in a country, what else could be there? And I, sitting in Delhi as DG-CSIR, I was thrilled, amazed, excited to submit the annual progress report of CSIR because, guys, do you know what is the format in which the report was asked? Simply, you can't scribble what and all you have done. They clearly ask you, what is your contribution to Indian industries? Number one. What is your contribution to the society at large? Number two. What is your contribution to women development? What is your contribution to tribal welfare and health care? What is your contribution to border villages? Because strategic security is very, very important. What is your contribution to promote science, technology, and innovation among youngsters? What is your contribution state-wise? What is your contribution towards regio-specific developments? Whether it is Northeast, or Jharkhand, or any place, you can take Himalayas, or Jammu and Kashmir. Do you have any of your contributions to the upliftment of people, those who are just spending their lifetime there? These are the areas under which we have been asked to submit the report, and therefore, this is an eye-opening experience. Never India was thinking in this direction. Please take my words very seriously, because now India, the country itself, is coming up with a totally different kind of a thought process. Meaning is, in my country, everybody should be taken into account. Everybody's ideas should be valued. Everybody should be respected. Like the way Shweta was telling, everybody's opinion should be considered, not that participation. Your opinion should be taken into consideration. Before even they come up with a kind of any announcement, they take the public opinion also. Therefore, let us make use of all the democracy that is given by the government of India. And you know, CSIR, we the organization, we are the largest publicly funded research organization. And therefore, whatever the government of India is really prioritizing, they become the priority areas of research and development. Friends, days have gone that we will be only doing research. Now we understood that whatever research I do from my laboratory, it should touch the life of the common man. And between me and the common man, there is one interface which is called market. Meaning is the common man can have access at least up to market. I, as a researcher, I cannot directly touch upon the market because I do not know the language of the market. I do not know the expectations of the market. Therefore, in between me and the market, I need two more people. Who are those two people? One is academia, the other one is industry. Academia will give me the total manpower, the total energy, you as youngsters, with all sorts of positive energy in the form of startup, in the form of MSME, in the form of an entrepreneur. You will come forward. I, as a research organization, can give my knowledge share. End of the day, to reach the market in the form of a product, or a process, or a technology, or a design, I need money, and industry should be the money investing person. Therefore, this tripatriate combination, consortia, that is the need of the day. That becomes the order of the day. And I'm extremely happy to learn that St. Joseph's University is already there, very much in place, looking for industry linkage. Now, I just made as an appeal to St. Joseph's University authorities, please include research organization also, wherein we CSIR will be your potential partner in the coming days. Friends, whatever is happening across the globe, whatever is the requirement of the globe, do you think that somebody else can take responsibility of it? Do you think that only governments can do? Do you think that politicians should take care of it? Do you think that parents should take care of it? Do you think that philanthropists should take care of it? No, friends. It's only you and me, academia, research organization, or I would say we as research family, scientific fraternity, the scientific community, we as one community, we alone can really fulfill all the requirements, because science will not disappoint. Technologies will not change their mindset. Technologies may change with time, because these days we are passing through a particular time wherein technologies are short-lived. Technologies may change, but they will never, never, never disappoint you, because science and technologies are universal. And therefore, you and me, we should always ensure that we stay all-time relevant partners in terms of science, technology, and innovation-related race. So on this occasion, especially on this Science Day, I think you may be knowing Science Day concept is also this year. It is nothing but indigenization for sustainable Viksit Bharat. Many of you as young graduates, after your college studies or your university degree or diploma or a postgraduate degree, days have gone that you are no longer seeking for a job. You are ready to even offer a job, because many of you will have some kind of a curiosity to become a startup. This is how startup culture is becoming popular in the country. But the $1,000 million what question is not that how many startups are there in India, how many startups are staying as sustainable startups. Friends, we from the scientific fraternity, we have realized this factor. And we are making sure these days, we are not getting ourselves stopped by the moment we transfer any technology to anyone as a startup. We never handshake with the startup, we handhold the startup. We travel with you, we transfer our technology, we travel with you. Let us find a potential industry person, and let us find the market potential, and let us reach the market together, by means of which we are able to touch the lives of the common man. So friends, from now onwards, whatever you think, whatever you do, whatever you plan, whatever you execute, your mantra is only one. All your activities should have only one focus, which is nothing but Viksit Bharat, or India as the leader in terms of science, technology and innovation in the coming days. At the max, we can wait up to 2047. In my view, 2047 is so far. But no problem. Let us just take that challenge now. In 2047, it is you and me. We should take the responsibility. We have to commit. We have to take a pledge. We have to make it as a promise that we will make India to feel proud because of my research, because of my attitude, because of my character, because of me as a package, as a part of St. Joseph's University and as the scientific fraternity. I hope you will do that, and let us take that as the pledge of this particular Science Day. And I have no words to say thanks to St. Joseph's University, and more importantly, I think I can only just say pranams to the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, because never I have seen a governor is coming forward to felicitate a person from science and technology. This is the indication, this is the symbolic representation, this is the real testament. Country is celebrating science and technology. For Honorable Governor, there are a number of important things, but Honorable Governor is able to spare 1 hour of his valuable time to just felicitate science and technology. Means country is now giving this much importance to science. Let us all feel proud. Let us make use of the opportunity. And when we are getting ready, they are all ready to celebrate us. Let us make use of the opportunity and wish you all the very best. Thank you so very much. Look forward success stories from St. Joseph's University. CSIR will be a party to celebrate and to take part also. Thank you so very much. Namaskar.
हम सभी जानते हैं कि देश दुनिया में 11-12 फरवरी को साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी, इंजीनियरिंग और गणित के क्षेत्र में महिलाओं एवं बालिकाओं को समान सहभागिता और भागीदारी सुनिश्चित करने के लिए इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ वुमेन एंड गर्ल्स इन साइंस मनाते हैं। उस समय अपरिहार्य कारणों से ये कार्यक्रम नहीं हो सका था जो आज आयोजित किया गया है। मैं इसकी आप सबको बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। यह दिवस महिलाओं और बालिकाओं के लिए विज्ञान तक पूर्ण और समान पहुँच और भागीदारी को बढ़ावा देने का अवसर है। इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ वुमेन एंड गर्ल्स इन साइंस 2024 की थीम है विज्ञान नेतृत्व में महिलाएं और बालिकाएं, स्थिरता का एक नया युग। इस विषय को लेकर के इस प्रकार के आयोजन किए जा रहे हैं। प्रसन्नता का विषय है कि इस महत्वपूर्ण दिवस का आयोजन आज सेंट जोसेफ यूनिवर्सिटी द्वारा किया जा रहा है। इसके लिए मैं विश्वविद्यालय परिवार को बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। इस महत्वपूर्ण समारोह में आप सभी के बीच आकर मुझे प्रसन्नता हो रही है और मैं ये भी अनुभव कर रहा हूं कि मुझे भी इस विषय पर कुछ सीखने और समझने का अवसर मिला है। यूनेस्को के अनुसार विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी क्षेत्र में विश्व में 30% महिलाओं की भागीदारी है। इसको और बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है। यूनेस्को के आंकड़ों के अनुसार सभी छात्राओं में से 30% छात्राएं उच्च शिक्षा में स्टेम से संबंधित क्षेत्रों का चयन करती हैं। महिलाओं का विज्ञान और वैज्ञानिक शिक्षा में शामिल होना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि महिलाएं समाज की आधी आबादी का प्रतिनिधित्व करती है और उसकी सोच का नज़रिया कुछ अलग ही होता है। उनकी भागीदारी से विज्ञान और शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में नए विचारों और नवाचारों को जन्म मिलेगा। महिलाएं शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में विशेष रूप से प्रभावशाली साबित हो रही है। वे बच्चों को प्रेरित करती है और उन्हें ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने में मदद करती है। हमारे भविष्य को वैज्ञानिक और तकनीकी प्रगति द्वारा चिन्हित किया जाएगा, जो केवल तभी संभव है जब महिलाएं और लड़कियां निर्माता, मालिक और विज्ञान प्रौद्योगिकी और नवाचार का नेतृत्व करेंगे। हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि महिलाओं की शिक्षा और विज्ञान में भागीदारी न केवल न्याय संगत और उनके व्यक्तिगत विकास के लिए है, बल्कि पूरे समाज और राष्ट्र के विकास के लिए आवश्यक है। सदियों से समाज में यह धारणा बनी रही कि विज्ञान पुरुषों का विषय है, लेकिन महिलाओं ने इस मिथक को ध्वस्त किया है। महिलाएं आज विज्ञान और शिक्षा के साथ साथ हर क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ रही है और अपनी छाप छोड़ रही है। सतत विकास के एजेंडे की कुछ सबसे बड़ी चुनौतियों से निपटना, स्वास्थ्य में सुधार से लेकर जलवायु परिवर्तन से निपटने तक महिला प्रतिभाओं की भूमिका बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। आज का यह दिन भारत की उन महिला वैज्ञानिकों को समर्पित है जिन्होंने विज्ञान के क्षेत्र में असाधारण योगदान दिया और दे रहे हैं तथा लगातार नई ऊंचाइयों को छू रही है। इन वीरांगनाओं की कहानियां न सिर्फ विज्ञान को रोशन करती है, बल्कि पूरे समाज को प्रेरणा देती है। भारत की मिसाइल वुमन टेली थॉमस, रॉकेट वुमन ऑफ इंडिया रितु करगिल, पोलर वुमन मंगला मणि, भारत की पहली महिला फिजिशियन आनंदीबाई गोपाल राव जोशी, वनस्पति वैज्ञानिक जानकी अम्माल, खगोल वैज्ञानिक कल्पना चावला आदि प्रमुख है। एंटी एपिलेप्टिक और एंटी मलेरिया ड्रग्स का डेवलपमेंट असीमा चटर्जी ने भी किया था। कमला सोहनी, डॉक्टर इंदिरा हिंदुजा, डॉक्टर अदिति पंडित, कामाक्षी, सिमराव कृष्णन एवं चंद्रिमा शाह आदि भारतीय महिला वैज्ञानिक इस दृष्टिकोण से प्रसिद्धि प्राप्त है, जिनकी उपलब्धियों ने साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी के क्षितिज को व्यापक बनाया है, असंभव को संभव बनाया है और अभी देश को गौरवान्वित किया है। हमारी महिला वैज्ञानिकों ने सिखाया है कि वे वास्तव में शक्ति और दृढ़ता का प्रतीक है। ऐसी प्रेरक महिला वैज्ञानिकों में अग्रणी आज हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। वैज्ञानिक एवं औद्योगिक अनुसंधान परिषद की महानिदेशक डॉक्टर एन कल्लेसेल्वी जी, जिनका स्वागत करने का मुझे अवसर मिला और आपको और हमको सबको उनका संबोधन सुनने को मिला। आज वो हमारे बीच में विद्यमान हैं। विज्ञान के क्षेत्र में आपके अनगिनत योगदानों के लिए आज आपको सम्मानित करना मेरे लिए गौरव की बात है। भारतीय विज्ञान को उन्होंने जो सेवाएं प्रदान की है उसके लिए मैं उनका आभार मानते हुए धन्यवाद देता हूं और बधाई एवं शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। महिलाओं को आर्थिक एवं शैक्षणिक रूप से सशक्त बनाने और उन्हें विकास और सुरक्षा के अवसर प्रदान करने के लिए भारत सरकार एवं कर्नाटक सरकार ने विभिन्न योजनाएं शुरू की है। मैं उन सब योजनाओं का उल्लेख करना आवश्यक नहीं समझता हूं। भारत सरकार ने और राज्य सरकारों ने महिला सशक्तिकरण की दृष्टि से अनेक योजनाएं बनाई है। मैं ये सोचता हूं कि उन योजनाओं का लाभ लेकर के महिलाएं हर क्षेत्र में और विशेषकर विज्ञान के क्षेत्र में प्रगति के पथ पर आगे बढ़ेगी, जो विकसित भारत के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाने में भी सफलता मिलेगी। महिलाओं के लिए इन योजनाओं का उद्देश्य लैंगिक असमानता, महिलाओं के खिलाफ हिंसा, शिक्षा और स्वास्थ्य देखभाल तक पहुंच सुनिश्चित करना है। इन योजनाओं का लाभ बालिकाओं को स्टेम से संबंधित क्षेत्रों का चयन करने के लिए प्रेरित करना और प्रेरित करेगा। हमें समाज में उन रूढ़ियों को तोड़ना होगा जो लड़कियों को विज्ञान चुनने से रोकती है। हमें उन्हें प्रोत्साहित करना होगा। विश्वास है कि सेंट जोसेफ विश्वविद्यालय समावेशी, गुणवत्तापूर्ण मानवीय एवं सद्विचार प्रदान करने वाली उद्यमिता और ज्ञानोदय के लिए सभी को मूल्यवान शिक्षा प्रदान करने के कार्य के साथ साथ बालिकाओं को उच्च शिक्षा में स्टेम से संबंधित क्षेत्रों का चयन करने के लिए प्रेरित करेगी। आज का यह कार्यक्रम भी हमको इस दिशा में प्रेरित करने का काम करेगा। मैं सेंट जोसेफ विश्वविद्यालय परिवार के सभी सदस्यों को, आप सबको बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय कर्नाटक।
Honorable Governor of Karnataka and visitor of St. Joseph's University, Shri Thaawarchand Gehlot ji, respected Director-General CSIR and Secretary DSIR, our esteemed guest of honor, Dr N Kalaiselvi, Honorable Vice-Chancellor Rev. Dr Victor Lobo, Mr Ajit Sharma, Managing Director, India and South Asia, RSC, Dr Sweta Raghavan, Head of Innovation and Government Affairs, RSC, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr Regina, Registrar Dr Melvin, Controller of Examination Dr Mohan Das, all officials of the university, respected guests, members of the press and media, esteemed faculty members, and my dear students. Kindly accept my belated wishes for a happy International Day of Women and Girls in Science. The International Day of Women and Girls in Science, observed annually on February 11th, serves as a reminder of the need of break through barriers and promote gender equality in STEM, that is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. It has a noble goal to provide a platform
to celebrate the achievements of female scientists, researchers, engineers, and innovators worldwide. A significant gender gap has persisted throughout the history of humankind at all levels of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Even though women have made tremendous progress toward increasing their participation in higher education, they are still underrepresented in these fields. Gender equality has always been a core issue for the United Nations. Women and girls represent half of the world's population, approximately 49.6% globally and 48.4% in India, therefore also half of its potential. Gender equality, besides being a fundamental human right, it is essential to achieve peaceful societies with full human potential and sustainable development for driving creativity, fostering different perspectives, and solving complex global problems. This felicitation aims to recognize the tireless efforts and remarkable achievements of our women scientists. It reaffirms the significance of promoting diversity and inclusivity in scientific exploration. On behalf of the university, I sincerely express our gratitude to you, the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thaawarchand Gehlot, for gracing this occasion and honoring Dr. N Kalaiselvi for her exceptional achievements in the field of science and technology on the occasion of International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Dhanyavad. Dr. Selvi, your presence here today has added immense value to this event. Your dedication to advancing science and unwavering support for women in STEM serve as a beacon of inspiration for all of us. Your commitment to fostering an inclusive environment where women can thrive and excel is commendable. We are grateful for your insightful remarks, which acknowledged women's contribution to science and highlighted the importance of driving innovation and progress. Your words have resonated with all of us and will continue to motivate us in our pursuit of excellence. St. Joseph's University places on record with immense gratitude and appreciation of your credible achievements, Dr. Kalaiselvi, the esteemed Director-General of CSIR. Thank you for gracing this occasion and accepting the honor. We thank our Honorable Vice-Chancellor for his unwavering support, encouragement, and endorsement of organizing this felicitation program. Thank you, Father. We gratefully appreciate the exceptional efforts of one person who organized this event. Dr. Sweta Raghavan, thank you. The university gratefully acknowledges the presence of Pro-VC, the registrar, the guests, university officials, academic staff, and the students. Media plays a very crucial role in promoting gender equality. Though all of us are present here, we look forward for their report tomorrow. So we gratefully acknowledge the presence of esteemed members of the press and media. Thank you. All members of the organizing committee, headed by Dr. Nalini, head of the Department of Chemistry, and student volunteers, please accept our invitation. Thank you, one and all.